Dearly beloved, we now continue with the program. We go back to Perth, Australia for another exciting match.
Dearly beloved, for the women's title, or one of them, or both of them, or the crown jewel of them. This was the crown jewel thing, right? Yes,
That is right. Yes.
the fucking belts that make the late 80s AWA belt look like the Thez belt from the 50s.
Did you see the video they did? They showed it on SmackDown. I think they showed it here too, of like the armed security guards fetching the belts in Saudi Arabia, putting them covertly onto a plane and the cars. And what the hell? How much money did that cost?
Oh my God. What do we have? Do we have any proof where they were? They just have a couple of stage hands do it in Poughkeepsie and, said nevertheless. So this was, again, we'll talk about the belts when we get to because the men's belt is even more egregiously overly large than the women's belt. But you wanted to watch me. You probably did, you sicko.
Oh, yeah.
You wanted me to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Stephanie, you want me to watch you watch Stephanie Vaquer. That's what the fucking problem, the whole root of this thing is. If you wanted me to watch Stephanie Vaquer, Vaquer, is that correct?
Vaquer, I believe that's how you say it.
Yes. I don't do accents good. Have you noticed that? Against Tiffany Stratton. It's Tiffy time. And this probably wasn't the best. It actually shows me how good Stephanie is, and I'm not denying that she is an excellent wrestler. But this probably wasn't the best stylistic matchup for Stephanie to show off her mad wrestling technique when you could tell that Tiffany, who is trying and who is a still relative newcomer, I'm not trying to bust her balls here, as Dennis Corluzzo would say. Tiffany has probably not seen a lot of this stuff before they worked some shit out, because it was kind of like Bryan Danielson at some points trying to lead a fucking janitor through a chain wrestling exhibition. And, Tiffy's thing is the cartwheels and the gymnastics and the flying and etc. So she did some of that. She was trying her best to keep up with Stephanie in the wrestling. And it was a nice little 10-minute match. And it seemed like Stephanie was working more as the de facto heel, because she was a little bit rougher than Tiffy, but yet they're both. Is Tiffy a baby face, or do they like her because she's a heel, or what exactly is her goddamn deal these days?
I think she's a baby face. She was a heel with Nia Jax, and the fans already started taking to her when she turned on Nia Jax, so I think she's a baby face.
Remember what I said about some people being better in one way or the other? I think she, with that obnoxious beauty that she has, the pouty lips and the blonde hair and the voice and everything, I think she's more appealing as a heel because she can play on her little Barbie dollness. And Stephanie looks like a feisty underdog type of person who can catch you in the various submissions and everything. But nevertheless, it's two alleged baby faces. They had a match. Tiffy missed a moonsault and Stephanie hit a twisting corkscrew moonsault, and I tip my hat to Tiffy. They ought to do a segment called Tiffy's Tips. That'd get her over, but nevertheless, I thought that might pop you, but apparently no, it didn't pop you, nor anybody else even knows what I'm talking about. I wouldn't have laid there for that fucking twisting moonsault. I don't care if she only weighs 135 pounds or what. Good Lord. But she nailed it in 1, 2, 3. The crowd liked it. Then Stephanie did an in-ring promo, as the crown jewel winners are expected to do. And She sounds like she's a better promo in Spanish because and it's her first language and it flows more naturally. But she ain't particularly that. I'm not even talking about her lack of grasp of fluent English. Doesn't she need some more oomph, some more fire and perspicacity like that instead of just she's kind of there.
I think right now it's working.
Help me.
I think the fans have accepted her. The fans have taken to her. Now, it helps that she's gotten an extraordinary push. I mean, how many titles has she won in WWE already? She came in, what, less than a year ago? Has it been a year? Remember, she wrestled for AEW. Was it against Mercedes Moné, I think, maybe?
Yes.
At one of those, when worlds collide, not that, when Forbidden Door.
The door behind the green door is what I was going to say, but I was thinking of a big budget production.
And then she immediately signed with WWE, which has been her goal, and she has excelled in their system. You know, they signed Julia around the same time, and I don't think there's really much of a comparison.
I'm not tearing her down. I'm asking you.
But I'm saying I think it works. I'm saying right now I think it works. She also has a move that, believe it or not, is one of the most over moves in the company right now, the Devil's Kiss. And I think she comes across like a serious badass, and I think right now it works. They could blow it. They blow everything else.
Well, and now that went out with the old administration, from what I've heard. All the blowing.
They have to have her in a feud.
Listen to me, you defensive son of a gun. I'm saying I think as her promo being the feisty underdog is she an immigrant? I don't know. She's from Chile.
Chile.
Yeah, Chile. You say Chile, Chile, whatever the fuck. The point is, can she have some fucking feistiness in her promo as the underdog?
What does that mean? Like Charo? Like, what do you want feistiness?
No, I don't mean she has to come out and be screaming hysterically and what was it? Hoochie coochie, not hoochie coochie coochie. I'm just saying a little Ricky Morton-ish in the promo, as far as he may be an underdog, but don't count me out, or that even that attitude. She just kind of very reserved, very.
They haven't brought her in.
Very chilly. She, as Nikolai Volkov would say, I'm so cool, I feel chilly.
She hasn't been brought in as the underdog. And again, in the women's division, she's not one of the smallest people there, so she's just
then she's got a right to be more feisty. I've said put a little more fucking seasoning in her goddamn emotion on her promos, and it might make up for not knowing what the fuck it is she's saying.
I think she's really good. You think she needs vitamin B. I really don't know what the hell's going on. Good match. And do you agree the right person won from what you saw?
Well, yes, because they've already got Tiffany over to a level, and Stephanie is newer and needs the victory more. So I think that was correct in that decision.
And again, Tiffany's had a really strong push from day one, and the fans took to her. Stephanie Vaquer, it's really amazing the level of push that Triple H has given her since she got there. So obviously they see something, but that's the women's crown jewel champion for 2025, Stephanie Vaquer.
Do you think they see see, if we, either one of us, could speak fluent Spanish, maybe she's the goddamn promo equivalent of CM Punk or Terry Funk or somebody in Spanish, and that's the next market they're going to conquer and try to fuck up the local wrestling.
You never really hear that, though. It's never like, oh my God, Mil Mascaras cut a fucking promo on TV in Mexico last week. Like, you never hear that about any luchador.
Well, but I'm sure someone, just even by the process of goddamn elimination, mathematics, and odds, can cut a fireball promo in Spanish. But we wouldn't know the goddamn difference. Well, now if they could,
well, you know,
they'd make money.
And she does it a lot too. And now you see a lot of people do the thing where they'll say a line in Spanish and then they'll say a few lines in English and then another line in Spanish. They keep mixing it back and forth. She's in Australia. I don't know how many Latinos are in Australia, But WWE is international. And again, that was the women's crown jewel match. Jim, what was next on the show?